Good afternoon and welcome once again to the Pioneer Valley Regional School in Northfield. It's time for more Pioneer Athletics here on BNC TV. Today we've got Pioneer Baseball for you. Pioneer Panthers are hosting the Franklin County Tech Eagles. This is Lou Bordeaux, way out in center field today. Very special guest with me today, Green Wave Co-op Hockey head coach, Adam Bouchard. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome.
Skate Doc, thanks for having me today. What an unbelievable afternoon for some high school baseball. Really excited to see how this game progresses. Looks like we're going to be kicking off right here, pitch number 1.
Hugh Syhowski on the mound for the Panthers. Alex Solda steps in for the Eagles. And this one's underway. Ball 1 outside. Panthers come in today 11-0 on the campaign. Eagles 5-8. They played earlier this season. Swing and a miss. Played earlier this season in Turner's Falls. Panthers thumped the Eagles 17-2. Not sure what to expect today. The Eagles have had an up and down season, as you might surmise. Solda gets under that, sends it out to center field. Ian Simpson's there, and he puts it away.
You know, you can always look at a score from earlier on this season. We know the Panthers took it to the Eagles earlier on in the year, down in Turner's. But I know earlier this week, the Franklin Tech Eagles played against Turner's Falls, where it was quite the opposite story. But then just on Monday, the Turner's Falls high school baseball team ended up defeating the Franklin Tech Eagles. So anything can happen in high school sports, particularly in baseball on a gorgeous day like today. We're expecting a good baseball game here.
And this is always a big rivalry because it's a choice for some of the student athletes to go to Tech as opposed to stay in the Pioneer District. Going to get that score squared away. Pioneer has not been to bat yet, so they can't have one already.
Yeah, you know, it's always great, especially a lot of these student athletes grew up playing baseball together. Some of them could have gone to school together. You have to believe there's got to be some student athletes roster on that Franklin Tech team that are Pioneer residences. But it's always good to get and play baseball, play your sport against your friends. It's always a great friendly rivalry.
Count goes full to Ty Sadowski. Ty is the center fielder for the Eagles. Just got a piece, stays alive, count remains full. Yeah, as you were saying, Coach, the opportunities are there for the students to go to other schools as Sadowski takes a walk. First runner for Tech today.
Well, looks like Big Sammy Knight coming to the plate here.
Stepping in one of our favorites, Sammy Snipes. We called him on the ice. He is the DH today for the Franklin Tech Eagles. Takes strike 1. Of course, Sammy, one of the captains on the ice hockey team this past winter. Tippiniuk throws to second. And Sadowski just dives back in under the tag.
What an athletic play there. The throw was there, but Sadowski with the athletic play to get around that tag and make it back to the base. Love to see that effort.
I think it was a hook slide, overslide, and the dive back in. Quite a way to get his day started.
Got a runner scoring position here for Sammy Knight.
You see Ethan Quinn sneaking in behind the runner. Swung on and miss. Strike 3.
Pulled that one right out. Pulled that string and that ball dropped right into that zone. Had Sammy beat from leaving of his hand.
This is Ryan Demers, cleanup hitter for the Eagles. If you were with us last Friday, you saw a masterful pitching performance by Ethan Quinn, 12 strikeouts, en route to a 1-0 victory off Syhowski's back. Quinn picks it up at shortstop. He's got no play. That's a scratch single. Puts runners at the corners with 2 outs. Nate Feast comes to the plate. Sajowski fakes the throw to third.
Demers got some good metal on that ball there. Good crack of the bat. The ball's hit hard to shortstop.
And that's a dangerous throw. Goes into center field. Run scores. Eagles are on the board quickly. We call that an error on the throw.
Good aggressive base running there. Looking for that opportunity. Try to force an error to occur. Great coaching decision there by the Eagles coach.
That one's low and away. Count goes to 3-0 on Nate Feast. And you bring up a good point, Coach, because we look at a short 7-inning game, and sometimes you have to be willing to take that chance to make things happen out there. As the Panther infielders come into, actually Coach Kevin Leupold comes out to the mound, looks to settle Hugh Sajowski down.
Yeah, especially after, what happened the first meeting between these two teams. Everybody remembers that game earlier on in the season. You want to try to get on the board as soon as you can. Put the pressure on the home team, Pioneer. Put them on the Panthers, and, a lot of baseball still to go, but it always feels good to get that first run.
Yeah, no question about that. And the Panthers are determined to not allow any more Eagles to cross the plate here in the top of the first. 2 down. Will Ainsworth, second baseman.
Well, it's almost like that mound visit worked perfectly, isn't it, Doc? Looks like that's what they drew up there.
There you go. In the top of the first, Franklin Tech scores 1 run. 1 base hit, 2 runners were left. We're in the middle of the first inning here in Northfield. Franklin Tech Eagles 1, Pioneer Panthers coming up. Stay tuned. More here on BNC TV. And welcome back. If you're watching the graphic in that break during the halves of the first inning, give BNC TV a call, 648-6300. Always looking for volunteers, sponsors, underwriters. community-wide. This is Bernardston-Northfield Community Television. They say it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it takes a village to get this programming on the air. So give us a call, 648-6300. This is Alex McClellan at the plate for the Panthers. He's playing third base today. Count quickly goes to 2-0. Mason Letamaki on the hill for the Eagles.
Let's see how Pioneer comes back on this bottom of the inning. Pressure was put on him in that top. Franklin Tech scored that run. See how aggressive Pioneer is at the plate and on the base path.
And first batter up takes a walk. Sets the stage for Ethan Quinn. Ethan's shortstop today, as I said earlier, pitched an amazing baseball game last Friday against the Mount Everett Eagles. Just over the head, ball one.
Good to see the boys in blue behind the plate looking dapper today.
Full jacket on. That's his show me move over to first base. McClellan dives back in safely.
Just want to make sure that Alex got his pants dirty today. That's all on that one.
There you go, stock up on the Tide. Quinn with that open stance. Gets under it. Yeah, it's out to left field. Ben Dodge corrals it. McClellan retreats to first base.
Kind of baseball you love to see. Great pitch, aggressive at bat. Ben Dodge falling right underneath. Great play all around. One out, here we go.
Catcher Braden Tippeniuk at the plate. Another thrower to first base. McClellan landscaping his trousers.
That one was a bit closer. That was a bit closer.
Tippeniuk lines it into left field. That's a base hit. Solid hit by the catcher. Panther runners on first and second, one out. Setting the stage for Hugh Syhowski, the pitcher. Going to get the opportunity to help his own cause here. I also have on good note that May 14th is Hugh's birthday. And the pitcher tried to pick him off. Throw goes into center field. McClellan advances to third. Tippeniuk to second. Something like that. Suddenly, two runners in scoring position, just one out. And we're going to call that an error on the pitcher on the throw. So we wish Hugh Syhowski a happy birthday on the 14th. It was a treat for me to be here at Pioneer yesterday when the Commonwealth's Secretary of Education, Dr. Patrick Tutwiler, was in town. And two of these Panthers, Hugh Syhowski and Peter Loud, were part of the student body that escorted the secretary around the campus. Just really a proud moment for not just the student athletes, but the student body as a whole here at Pioneer. Hugh lays off of that one.
As he pulls the count 3-1, you really put a good point on there. We always talk about community and what it's like to be a student athlete and a family member in this community. And it's always great to see when officials do come and visit Pioneer Valley, come to our schools. It's great to see student athletes be part of that student body, part of that campus tour. Just goes to show the culmination of what it really does embody to be a true student athlete.
And Hugh takes that ball four, loads the bases. And coming to the plate with those bases loaded, my good buddy, Ian Simpson. Hello to all Ian's family and friends, Michigan, everywhere. I know you're tuned in today on YouTube.
Big spot here for both Ian at the plate and Litamaki on the mound here. Could shape up how this inning is going to progress.
Fouled back, counts 1-1.
Ideally, I'd like to see that ground ball to short or second for the Eagles, and of course the Panthers like to just get that ball in play.
And that one's up high, 2-1. Three balls, one strike. There's no place to put him.
Well, Doc, do you give him the take sign or you give him the swing away? What are you gonna do?
He's going to take this one, Coach. Of course, I thought that on Friday, and Ethan Quinn ripped a triple. Takes it, ball four, forces in a run. And we have a tie ball game here in Northfield. As Alex McClellan scores the first run of the day for the Panthers.
Love to see this as the catcher Tyler Yetter coming out to talk to Litamaki. Love to just see that communication, no matter what sport it is. You love to see a teammate going out there trying to lift up and pick up another teammate. We'll see if it works out here for Litamaki and Yetter.
Yeah, we saw the conference in the top of the first when the entire Panther infield came out along with Coach Kevin Leupold to talk to Hugh Sajowski. One pitch later, the inning was over. We'll see if the break between Yetter and Litamaki pay any dividends here. Well, not right away. That one's up high to Ethan Mothy, today's left fielder, ball one.
Definitely looks like Litamaki is really concerned about those runners, which is understandable.
And it looks like he's just lost the plate. He needs to step back, walk around the mound for a second, and recalibrate.
I would agree. It's kind of like when a goaltender may give up a goal here or there, and he needs to skate away from that crease, get a sip of water, kind of reset. We'll see what Mason brings here.
Just got the outside corner. 3-1. You make a good point, Coach, because regardless of the sport, and that one's ball four. Another run's going to come in. Panthers take a 2-1 lead. Yeah, regardless of the sport, everybody has their own system in place to recharge their battery. Looks like Tyler Yetter's coming out to the mound, along with Coach Praysall.
It's like a timeout in our sport, right? We pull everybody together, let them know the situation. We've been here before. You're on the mound for a reason. Just come out here, take your time, put the ball over the plate. Let's get the out. Your teammates have your back. And I would guess that's what Coach Praysall was saying in that moment.
And it sounds so simple, Coach, but unless you're the guy on the bump with the ball in your hand, it is the biggest challenge there is. Even though you've got 7 fielders behind you and 1 behind the plate that are all out there to support you, you've still got to get the ball over the plate. Just like that. Strike one to Peter Loud. Peter's our second baseman today.
I agree. High stress situation. But take nothing away from the Panthers' offense here. They're making him push for every pitch. They're making him throw strikes right now.
Great observation. And in a position like that, where it looks like he's just missing high more often than anything else, the Panther batters can just put the bat on their shoulder and wait for a pitch at this point. High once again, 3-1.
This is another take sign here, Doc?
Most definitely.
I would agree.
Ball four. Panthers go on top 3-1. And that's 4 consecutive walks. And Coach Prasal's seen enough.
It's a tough spot for everybody on the team right now. It's a tough spot for Mason. It's a tough spot for Yetter behind the plate. It's a tough spot for Coach Prasal. You know, you never want to make that change this early in the game, but sometimes you have to do the best for the team. And right now, Coach Prasal believes that's bringing in
could be Alex Salda, the first baseman, number 14.
big body lefty. Try to get out of this jam.
So I'm not sure where Mason ended up. He's out here in the outfield now. Looks like he's in left field. So presumably Ben Dodge is going in to play first base.
You know, as he gets warmed up, as Solda gets warmed up here, you know, you look around the fields. Gorgeous day here, Pioneer Valley Regional School. I don't know if you can hear it on screen here, but we've got the girls softball team practicing right behind us, getting ready for their next matchup. Track and field team is down a little bit more down the ways. You know, you got to love when you come to a high school and see all these student athletes either playing in games, preparing themselves for their next games. It's one of my most favorite things of being involved with high school sports is being around everybody, putting in the effort all together, all having a common goal. And again, it's just great to see the sports community continue to thrive here in the Valley.
I agree with you, Coach, and we've had this conversation many times that part of the mystique about being specifically part of the Pioneer District is this gorgeous campus here. Found out yesterday that it covers 95 acres in total. Took a hike out into one of the wilderness trails, which is actually behind where we are, way out in center field. And that trail was rejuvenated by Cooper Bullock, who is the class president of the senior class. Has just really rallied the troops, done an amazing job. And the senior class is certainly leaving the campus in much better shape than it had been previous to that. And subsequent classes are going to do even better than that. So it's just a great time to be here at Pioneer. First baseman Ben Werner at the plate. Ball 1 to Ben. Bases remain loaded, only 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 3-1 Panthers on top.
If you're Franklin Tech, you have to like the lefty-on-lefty matchup here for your first at-bat. The first batter with bases loaded.
And it looks like Salda's bringing the heat up there, so something that is going to keep the Panther hitters on their heels. Got a piece of it, goes home. Runner's forced out at home. Nice play by the third baseman, Nate Feast.
That's exactly what you're looking for. Those Eagles need one more out to get out of here. Now runners on first and second. And third base is loaded still.
But now with 2 outs, plays to any base to retire the side. Luke Belhumer, the right fielder, comes in.
Another lefty-on-lefty matchup.
Just missed outside, ball 1.
Yeah, you're right, Skidock. He is bringing the heat. You could hear that pop all the way out here in dead center when it hits that leather behind the plate.
Nice pitch right down Broadway, 1-1.
But I'd have to agree with you. If you haven't had the opportunity to come down to the campus here, I highly recommend coming down, checking out a high school sport. Come check out campus. It's gorgeous. You know, we're here for field hockey games. We've done some basketball games. It's really a hidden gem. If you haven't been down to campus, I would recommend it. It's gorgeous out here.
Just a bit outside, 2-2. And the spirit with which all these student athletes play their individual sports, as you said, Coach, could be field hockey, baseball, softball, basketball, soccer. Strike three, caught him looking.
Duda got the job done.
That is going to wrap it up in the first inning. Panthers push 3 runs across to take the lead 3-1. We're going to be back with second inning action right here on BNC TV and worldwide on YouTube. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Northfield. Panthers on top 3-1. Lou Bordeaux and the coach, Adam Bouchard, here with you today. Hugh Sajowski getting a little housekeeping done on the rubber. He's going to be facing Jack Gankars, Mason Letamaki, and Tyler Yetter here in the top of the second. First pitch just catches low of the outside corner, strike one.
It's amazing, right? Having our children go through Little League, through high school. You know, we both have some of our children graduating this year. When you look at it from a sport, you know, watching my son's baseball team and just looking at the equipment being used nowadays, the bats, the gloves, the cleats, unbelievable the equipment that these student athletes get to use nowadays. It's can only imagine if we gave them a bat from when we were in high school.
Oh, forget it. It's all over.
They would like it.
It's all over, Coach. Yeah, I was amazed last fall at the field hockey sticks now, and you know, so much technology, not just in any one particular sport, but geez, I'll go back maybe, I don't know, 25, 30 years when golf clubs started to evolve, and they're just amazing now, and it's been that way in all sports. Even something as simple as a bowling ball is highly scientific, which, if you can imagine that, is pretty crazy. We've got Mason Letamaki at the plate. Mason started the day off as the pitcher for the Eagles. He's now playing left field. He takes a walk down to first, setting the stage for catcher Tyler Yetter.
Sometimes it's those small individual battles. Didn't quite have it at the bottom of the first on the plate, but comes out his first at bat and gets on the base. You know, it's doing something for his team. That's all you can ask for from a teammate.
It's really true, because you can't look behind you, you can only look ahead. And you know, based on that one at bat, you know, he was able to put some struggles on the mound behind him and just focus on the offense now. Count goes to 1-1 on the Tech catcher. Just missed outside.
And you know, you can't believe it, all these senior student athletes, all the seniors that are involved in athletics, you know, it's coming down to that time of their high school careers where graduations are starting to happen. A couple weeks away, right across the road here, and MH, you have graduation. A few weeks later, you have all our local graduations.
Sliced out to right field, just inside the foul line.
Just want to say congratulations. Proud for every senior that I've met, that we haven't met. You've continued your journey through high school, and congratulations on whatever the next chapter of your journey begins.
So true. Couldn't agree with you more. And I know Pioneer had its prom on Saturday, and as you said, to have seen many of these student athletes, especially as youth baseball and hockey and basketball players, to see them dressed to the nines and really being respectful members of the community, just what a treat to be around them. This is Alex Salda at the plate for the Eagles. Alex started out as the first baseman today. He's now the pitcher.
Oh,
Lined out to center field. Simpson's got it. Third base coach holds up his runner. Bases are loaded with Eagles with just one out.
a lot of base runners here so far in this inning and a half. A lot of action. Big spot here now for Ty Sadusky.
Ty is the center fielder. He walked and scored the Eagles' run just last inning. Swung right through that one.
If I remember correctly, Ty is dangerous on the base paths. Once he gets on those bases, he can fly.
Sajowski took a little off that one, 1-2. Just missed that one. Once again, just missed.
You know, it's one of my favorite times of baseball, when a batter is down, battles back to make it a full count.
Miss Lone, that's going to force a run in. Score goes to 3-2 in favor of the Panthers. Bases remain loaded for Franklin County Tech. Slam and Sammy Knight comes up to the plate.
You got to wonder, Skate Doc, if there was some walk-up music here, what would Sammy choose for this moment? Bases loaded, time to come in. What song do you think Sammy would choose for this moment?
Oh, he's got to go Enter Sandman.
Whoa, I like it.
Got to go Enter Sandman.
I like it. Let's see if he can bring his inner Metallica out here and see what he can do.
We got to talk to the music department, see if we can't get some loudspeakers in and give everybody their walk-up music. Foul down left field line. Sammy struck out in the first inning. Bases loaded situation, one out.
As you can probably see, Sammy's a big, strong student athlete. Had an unbelievable shot on the ice. So you know when he snaps those wrists around here with that baseball bat, that ball is in for a hurting.
Went fishing for that one, strike three. Two outs, bases loaded. Shortstop Ryan Demers comes back to the plate. Ryan singled in the first inning. Going down to strategize with his third base coach.
Top two are already a pivotal point in this game. Bases loaded, 2 outs. You have a batter coming up who's already hit off you once for a single. How are you going to attack him?
Yeah, I've got to say, this is a make or break at bat right here, Coach.
Whoa! What a call by Coach
Wow,
Persall.
wow.
We haven't seen that in a while.
Cut down at the plate to retire the side.
Bases loaded, squeeze bunt, executed perfectly defensively by Pioneer Valley. We end this inning 3-2. Top of the inning, 3-2.
We'll be back right here on BNC TV. Time for the bottom of the second inning. An exciting game so far. 3-2 Panthers on top of the Franklin Tech Eagles. Right back to the top of the Panther order. Alex McClellan, third baseman. He got things started in the first with a walk. Scored the first run of the day for Pioneer. Slice down the left side. Nate Feast goes across the diamond. This gets Alex by a step.
Yeah, what an exciting end to that top of the second there with that squeeze bunt. Expertly defended by Pioneer Valley. Just an exciting play to watch.
As we were talking in between innings, it's one of the things that really makes high school athletics really a lot of fun for sports addicts like us, because sometimes you see those risky plays that you don't often see in pro sports anymore. Count goes to 2-0 on Ethan Quinn.
I don't think I've seen a squeeze play in the majors since that 94 Major League. Although that was a movie. Haven't seen one since.
And a darn good one.
Nice pitch.
Selda drops that one in. Count goes to 2-1.
Let's get that. Looks like Ben Dodge over in right for the Eagles, and Sammy Knight taking over first.
Catcher drop, third strike, threw him out first base. Two up, two down for the Panthers. Time for Braden Tippanyuk. Panther catcher to come up. Braden singled and scored in the first inning. Looks like the catcher might have got banged up a little bit on that play. Not quite sure what happened.
I wonder if the ball was inside on the mitt there, or if did the bat come around on the backswing. Not really sure. Nothing a good game of catch can't resolve, though.
There you go.
Looks like he's going to be all right, getting back in there. I'm just giving him another minute or so to collect himself.
I didn't get a good look at his number. We may have a different catcher now too, Coach. It's Tyler Yetter is number 7. I'm not sure I saw a 7 on that catcher.
I think you're right there, Doc. I don't think it's got a little bit different stance too behind the plate there.
Strike 1 to Tippanyuk.
Soldiers feeling good out there. Was brought in a tough situation last inning. He's on point right now.
It's got to be hard when you are playing a position in the field as Alex was playing first base. And, unfortunately, we don't get a lot of statistics to work with on these games. But if your mindset is that you're going to play first base and you've just taken infield practice, then coach says, no, I got to put the ball in your hand. That's a sudden change, and it happens really quickly.
It sure does, and you know as well as I do, every one of these student athletes has that fierce competitiveness built within them, and every single one of them would love that tap on the shoulder if they needed to pick their team up.
It's another great point, because how often do we see it? And, not just on our hockey squad, but league-wide, it seems that any of the teams have those guys that in a pinch, they'll say, we need you to step up, and it's not as pronounced as it is in baseball, where you can go from playing first base to pitching. You're not going to go from left wing to goalie in hockey, but different lines, different defensive pairings. Like you say, when your number is called, you definitely step up to the challenge. Sajowski fouled that one back, 0-1. Okay, one of our spotters says that is Tyler Yetter behind the plate. Sammy Knight tries to apply the tag. Tippeniuk back in safely.
This will be a great at-bat. Solda versus Sajowski. Two of the team's leaders facing off against each other.
Really popping the mitt. Sajowski was the first of 4 consecutive walks in the first inning. That was the high heat laid off of that one. 2-1.
As some of the practices start finishing up, you can start seeing some of the other student athletes from the softball team, from the track and field teams coming over, starting to support their Panther baseball.
Yeah, all the sports are very supportive of one another. And Sajowski works another base on balls.
Goodness, I almost feel bad for Solda. I stated 2 batters ago, came in pinpointing, and it's been not in his favor since.
He has been missing, but just barely. Throw to second. Tippeniuk got pretty comfortable out there. Had to dive back in. Just very alert.
Good snag there by Ainsworth at second as well.
This is Ian Simpson at the plate. Ian walked in the first. Got a run batted in because the bases were loaded.
Nice pitch.
1-1 on the Panther center fielder. Tippeniuk once again drew the throw from Solda. He was back safely. Ball went into center field regardless.
They're definitely keeping him honest there at second.
And Ian couldn't quite hold up on that one. Count goes to 1-2.
Tough placement there. Tough placement for a batter to hold off on that. Looks so nice coming out of the pitcher's hand.
That one gets away. And the Panther runners advance. Runners on second and third now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. 3-2 Panthers on top.
Almost full of 2s on that scoreboard. Just about full of 2s.
There you go. That one's wide. Count goes full to Ian Simpson. The set. The pitch. Fouled out of play. Almost looked like Ian was looking out to right field. I don't know if he saw a gap out there. Looked like he took a little off his swing. Count remains full, 3-2 to the Panther center fielder. There you see Hugh Sajowski leading off second. Ball 4 outside. Bases are full of Panthers for left fielder Ethan Mothy.
Big situation here for him. Can we open up the scoring?
Mothy, the switch hitter, batting from the right side now. Puts a bat on the ball. Third baseman. Feast picks it up, tags third. That's going to retire the side. Although the Panthers threatened, left 2 runners on base. Nothing across. We're through 2 innings here in Northfield. Pioneer 3, Franklin Tech 2. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Pioneer Panther Baseball here on BNC TV. An exciting game today between the Panthers and the Franklin County Tech Eagles. Hugh Syhowski on the mound. For Tech, he's got Ben Dodge at the plate. Ben was up there in the top of the second inning when that great play happened over at happened at the plate, where Tyler Yetter was out at home. Back through the box, Peter Loud's there. Gets it over to first. Nice play. I'm going to give Hugh an assist on that one. He got his mitt on it, so it's 1-4-3 if you're keeping score at home.
Great baseball play. Way to stay on top of that. Loud finishes it off.
And this is Nate Feast at the plate now.
Now, if this is a major league game, the umpires will be happy with Hugh's speed of delivery here. He's definitely not taking his time in between pitches.
Yeah, you got that right, Coach. I did see a statistic that through the first month and some change of the Major League season, on the average, a Major League Baseball game is now 36 minutes shorter than it was same time last year with the pitch clock.
Well, if you ask some folks, that's what they were trying to accomplish.
Most definitely. 2-2 to Feast.
You know, you just wait for that one really important game where a pitch clock or a batting clock violation happens where it really has an effect on a major, team getting into the playoffs, to being out of the playoffs, or a game 7 of a series. That will be very interesting.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. Syhowski fired that one past Nate Feast. Going to bring Will Ainsworth up to the plate. Ainsworth grounded out to second in the first inning.
Hugh with 3 Ks on the day.
Yeah, you talk about the pitch clock at the major league level now, Coach, and that situation under which, how does it affect, maybe last game of the season for playoff seeding or something? I know it happened to the Red Sox in one of their last spring training games, that a game ended on a pitch clock violation. And, the purists are going to be up in arms if or when that happens. But I really shouldn't say if, because it's bound to happen.
It absolutely will. Some side of it can say we'd keep the game pure. Other side of it can say if you go through an entire season and you're getting down to the end of the last game of the year or in playoffs and you're still having an infraction that way, you should be used to the rules by then. So you can see both sides of the argument. But hey, if they're shaving off 36 minutes per game on average, that's what the goal they set out for, and seems to be working.
Strike three. Syhowski with a fine inning on the hill. 3 up, 3 down for the Eagles. Nothing across. We're in the middle of the third inning. Pioneer 3, Franklin Tech 2. We're going to be right back here on BNC TV. Don't go away. Welcome back to Northfield and Pioneer Panther Baseball. Once again, give us a call, 648-6300, if you'd like to be a part of BNC TV. We'd love to have you. There's always room for one more. Or check us out on the web, bnctv.net. This is second baseman Peter Loud at the plate. Peter got on with a walk in the first inning, got a run batted in.
When you look at the first outing between these two teams, Pioneer Valley put a pretty good victory together with a 17-1 victory. We're now in the bottom of the third of a 3-2 baseball game. Another reason we love high school sports, because maybe it was just a bad day or a really good day for one of the two teams. We've got ourselves a good competitive baseball game here this afternoon.
Such a good point, Coach, because when you look at what realistically in any of these high school sports is a short season, so much can change so quickly. And Peter Loud goes down on strikes. I'll freely admit the start of our high school hockey season was a little bit of a challenge this past year. And when all was said and done, Western Mass champs once again. So, just because you get out of the gate stumbling doesn't mean you're going to have your entire season that way. Ben Werner looks to bunt, gets a piece of it,
You know, you called it earlier in the game when we were making some lineup changes here in the baseball game that sometimes it's just finding the right pieces of the puzzle. Once you get those puzzle pieces together, your season can turn around, just like an inning of baseball can turn around if you make a change and put the right pieces of the puzzle together. So what you got to love about being a coach and watching other coaches in high school sports is knowing who to tap, when to tap them on the shoulder, and being able to deliver. And there's no greater feeling as that student athlete to be able to come in and deliver for your team.
Absolutely. And where this game got started for the Panthers in the first, Mason Letamaki was having a hard time finding the plate. Alex Salda, playing first base, comes in, and he has been terrific. Ball sliced down the left field line. That one's out of play.
Nice throw back to the pitcher there by Blue. Did you see that? Good form.
That was good form. He still got it. Second baseman goes over to first.
And
Two down.
As you know, as I do, Skate Doc, being around as many student athletes as we have been for the last 9 or so years, yes, we're around more hockey and teams throughout the year, but you can see it at every level. As we said earlier, you'll just love to be part of your team, love to be part of your community. Maybe sometimes, especially at the high school level, we know Pioneer had a 17-1 victory over Franklin Tech last outing. We see it in hockey all the time, where you can handle a team the first time around and you think this could be a cakewalk. The other team's got a chip on their shoulder because of what happened the last game and have something to prove.
Bunt down third base line, just foul.
And particularly when you have this Pioneer Valley and Franklin Tech, where these kids all grew up together, they know who each other are. As we said, there could be some players at Tech, some student athletes at Tech that could have been a Pioneer student athlete. Kind of brings that rivalry, that friendly rivalry up to that next level where you'd love to be able to say, hey, Skate Doc, remember senior year you beat a 17-1 first game? How'd that second game turn out, or
Right.
vice versa?
Oh, for sure. And swung right through that one. Count goes to 1-2 on Luke Belhumer. Both these schools, both Pioneer and Franklin County Tech, are members of the ice hockey co-op. So for us, even though we don't have any hockey players, strike three. Even though we don't have any hockey players on the Pioneer baseball team right now, we've got a hockey player on the Tech squad. So just great to be around these student athletes. We've got 3 innings in the books here. And we're back for 4th inning action here in Northfield. Right fielder Jack Gankars leads off for the Franklin Tech Eagles. Eagles trail this one 3-2. Hugh Syhowski on the mound for Pioneer. Had a little bit of trouble in the first, a little bit of trouble in the second. Really regained his command in the 3rd inning. Quickly goes to 0-2 on the Tech right fielder. Got him. Fishing, strike 3.
He was definitely feeling it now. Knew he got out of some trouble. His teammates helped him out, particularly in that first inning. Came on that second inning, got a little bit more help from his teammates in the field. That top of the 3rd and now 1 1/3 inning, this last has been just on fire.
That's Syhowski's 6th strikeout of the day. Gets right back on it. This is Ben Dodge at the plate. Not hitting in the same place in the order as he did last time, which is a little perplexing to those of us out in center field. It is Ben Dodge nonetheless. Whew. It was Ben Dodge. That is Hughes' 7th strikeout of the day. And I'm going to guess the Eagles move things around in their order. This is Tyler Yetter at the plate now. Tyler was in the 9 slot.
Oh, he took a big hack at it there, Skate Doc. Pitch was there, just cut underneath it. Pioneer's happy about that one.
Syhowski is definitely warmed up now. Counts 1-2. Just stays alive at the very end of the bat on that one.
And you know, Skate Doc, as much as I do with youth hockey, love to referee youth hockey around the area. You might see me with the little blue jacket on down there in GMLB this season as well.
Hey.
Getting a little work in behind the plate, helping out the community any way we can.
And just legs it out for an infield hit. That slow roller to Alex McClellan. McClellan couldn't quite get him at first base. Heck of a play over there.
Yetter was flying, that's for sure.
And we're back to the top of the Eagles batting order. Alex Salda. Got a courtesy runner in there on first base. Throw back down to first. I'm sorry, I don't have a first name. That's Alamed running at first base. Ball is fouled back off of the umpire's chest protector. Say that 5 times fast. I couldn't even say it 1 time slow. Counts 1-2. 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Just got a piece of it.
Salda staying alive right there. So yeah, I was saying that's good. I got to work on that form, getting that ball back to the pitcher there. I got to work on that form before my first game this weekend.
Salda got a piece of it right between short and third. Runner's going to third base. He is gone. Nice alert play by Ethan Quinn to go to Alex McClellan. Puts the runner away to retire the side. That's all in the top of the 4th for the Eagles. We're going to come back in the bottom of the 4th. Panthers on top, 3-2. Stay tuned. You're watching Panther Baseball on BNC TV. Time for the bottom of the fourth inning here on the beautiful campus of the Pioneer Valley Regional School in Northfield. Alex McClellan gets things started for the Panthers.
What a great defensive play there for the Pioneer Valley Panthers to finish off that top of the inning on that base hit by Solda. Great fielding in the outfield to get that ball to third, tag that runner out. You know you practice that over and over again in practice for when that situation comes. You can see when you put hard work, do things the Green Wave way, good things will happen.
Exactly. And how many times do you work on something, work on a drill, ball's grounded back, second base? Can't get him. McClellan safe at first.
A little bare hand play there by second as well to go right on top of what we were talking about the last inning. You work on those plays every day in practice. Done over and over and over to make sure you can execute when it comes. Runner just beat out with some speed, but you love to see the good fielding, especially this point in time in the baseball season.
Ethan Quinn comes up. He's 0 for 2 today. Fouls off that first one, 0-1. Yeah, you work on the drills over and over and over, and I'm sure some of the student athletes, maybe many of the student athletes, kind of wonder, well, when is this going to be relevant to a game? And then you get that one game situation, and you go, oh, that's why we do it.
Absolutely.
Fouled out a play in between cars, cross on the parking lot side.
Woof. Nobody wants a baseball to the windshield today. Oh,
Quinn got all of that one. It is high. It's far. Wind knocks it down, but the left fielder drops it. Ethan Quinn got all of that one. Left fielder was under it. The wind just held it up and actually blew it back in. Went off the heel of his glove. Panthers have runners on first and second. Nobody out. That was just a strange play. You can call it the wind. He was just on the edge of the shadows. An anomaly, we'll call it an anomaly, Coach.
We will definitely call it an anomaly. But you have to remember in sports, just like in life, things are going to happen. You have to just dust it off, pick yourself back up and get ready. It looks like the right fielder is ready. He's been in tension for the last couple of pitches after that anomaly, and just be ready for the next play.
That's it. Catcher Braden Tippanyuk down 1-2 on the count. Braden's been on both times today. Single in the first, walk in the second. Scored the Panthers' second run in the first inning. Solda steps off. Recalibrates. Pitch is high and outside, 2-2. See Alex McClellan, that healthy lead off of second base. Lofted out to center field. Sadowski puts it away.
Just like that now, one down, runners on first and second.
Pitcher Hugh Syhowski steps in. Hugh has 2 walks today. He's got 7 strikeouts on the mound. It's an opportune time to help himself. Just misses low, ball 1. As we said earlier, we wish Hugh a happy birthday on the 14th. 1-1. My source tells me that Hugh's brother Mike plays for the Tech JV squad. He's got the same birthday as Hugh, May 14th.
Well, then a happy birthday to Mike as well.
Most definitely. That was high. 2-1.
And we wouldn't be doing ourselves right if we didn't say hello to Beck as well. I hear Beck's playing a little JV baseball this season as well.
I was not aware of that. So, hey, Beck. Hope your season's going well. Ooh. Just caught the bottom of the strike zone with that one. 2-2. Selda walks back towards McClelland. Alex is having none of it.
I'm going to tell you, Skate Doc, I've always been a fan of the bluff off the mound like that. I just love it.
Goes hard to second.
Ooh.
Throws to the right field side of the bag. Otherwise, he might have had him.
He might have. If it was over on the left field side, I think he had him there.
Counts 2-2 on Hugh Sajewski.
Just
Strike 3. 2 down, center fielder Ian Simpson. My good buddy Ian Simpson comes up to the plate. Like Hugh, Ian's been on base twice today, 2 walks. Had a run batted in the first inning. Walked with the bases loaded. 3-2, Panthers lead this one.
You had a nice surprise there telling us about 95 acres here on campus. Love the opportunity to take a couple walk or a run back through those trails. It must be really gorgeous for cross-country season out there in the fall. It must be just a nice run through the trails. Beautiful campus. Grounds crew has done an amazing job. It's green, it's vibrant. It's a wonderful place to be.
I couldn't agree more. And for the many, many times that I have been fortunate enough to be here at Pioneer for a variety of reasons, yesterday was the first time I took that walk out on the trail that's behind us here out in deep center field. And it actually goes down to a very nice vernal pond. So a little bit of nature in among the athletics here. Ian held up 2-2. Just 95 terrific acres here. And I'll give you a little tidbit that I learned yesterday, next inning. Took a little bit off. Ian went fishing, strike 3.
Solda gets out of it. What a performance since he's come in.
So the Panthers strand 2 in the 4th inning. No runs. We have 4 innings complete here in Northfield. It's Pioneer 3, Franklin County Tech 2. We'll be right back with the 5th inning here on BNC TV. Don't you dare go away. We are ready for the 5th inning here in Northfield. First pitch swinging, Alex McClelland. Nice grab, puts Ty Sadowski out. Oh, excuse me, that was Ben Werner over at first base. First baseman Sammy Knight comes to the plate. Knight's 0 for 2 on the day. Oh and 2 to the Eagles first baseman. Coach, I told you I was going to give you a little bit of Pioneer grounds trivia here. So I learned yesterday. Sammy got a piece of it. It's a fair ball. It's not a fair ball. I learned from local nature expert John Lepore that the area behind us actually used to be a lake, Lake Hitchcock. Way, way, way back. Sammy slices it down the left field line. That one's a fair ball.
Lake Hitchcock.
Lake Hitchcock. And that is a predecessor of what became this area of the Connecticut River.
Very interesting.
So not only do you tune into Pioneer Athletics here on BNC TV for the best in high school athletic competition, but you get the occasional gem of trivia like that. So,
well, we always do say it is student athlete.
Indeed. This is Ben Dodge at the plate. Ben is 0 for 2 on the day.
It's good to see Sammy get a base hit on one. Could be one of our last times seeing Sammy Knight playing some baseball.
Looking at the schedule, the Eagles only have 4 games left. And we talked earlier about these short seasons and how quickly they're over. Counting today, the Panthers have just 5 left, so it'll be 4 after today. My fabulous math skills.
It really is amazing, especially when you're in it, right? As a fan, or as a coach, or as a
Dodge struck out on that high pitch. And Sammy went headfirst into second base with the steal.
I think we got to change name from Sammy Snipes to Sammy Slides now. Did you see that? Head
Exactly,
first.
exactly.
Lots of dust build up there. But you're right. The season does go by so fast. We talk about it every season in the winter, where we seem to just be preparing and being ready for the hockey season to begin. Next thing you know, it's Monday after Thanksgiving. Blink an eye, it's Western Mass tournament time. It's really amazing how quickly it goes. So all you young kids out there watching far and wide, when mom and dad say it goes by fast, it really does.
And that's a quick 4-ball walk to Nate Feast. Eagles threatening here in the top of the 5th. 2 out, runners on first and second. Second baseman Will Ainsworth comes up to bat. Ainsworth's 0 for 2 on the day. Fouls that one away, strike 1. Yeah, really, when you think about it, and the off-season or half-season club teams that have really become so prevalent these days, so much time and effort goes into getting student athletes ready for that short high school season. Bounded to second, Peter Loud goes to second for the force. That's going to retire the side. Eagles threaten, don't manage to score. We're in the middle of the 5th inning here in Northfield. It's 3-2. Pioneer leads. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go away. Welcome back. Getting ready for the bottom of the fifth inning. Ethan Mothy, left fielder for the Panthers, comes up to the plate. Fouls that one back, 0-1. Ethan's 0 for 1 on the day today. He did walk in the first inning.
Well, we got a race for that foul ball. Who's going to win that race? Nice
Back into souvenir country.
Nice souvenir for that little fan. But as we're at that point in time in the season here, Skate Doc, when you look at it from a power ranking standpoint, coming into the last handful of games for each team here, really where they're going to fall come state tournament style. Pioneer Valley right now stands as the 5th seeded team with 5 or so games left, as you stated. And the Eagles from Franklin Tech, they stand at 40 right now. So this game has a lot of bearing for both teams on kind of where you're going to land. Are you going to host come state playoff time, or are you going to even be able to participate? Lots of action behind the scenes when you look at what this game can bring by the time we get to conclusion.
Popped up down the first baseline. Sammy Knight gets under it and grabs it.
Sammy scoops.
Sammy scoops, Sammy slides, Sammy snipes. Panthers second baseman Peter Loud comes to the plate. Peter's 0 for 1 today. Walked in the first, struck out in the third. Just got a piece of that one, but not nearly enough. 0-1. Yeah, with the state tournament looming, so much goes on behind the scenes with those power rankings. Peter sends that out to left field. And Ben Dodge makes the running catch. So with the power rankings, Tech being, what'd you say, 40th, Coach?
40th today as we sit here today, yes.
You know, they've got to go some just to get to a play-in game at that point.
Yeah, they're flirting with state postseason berth. This game's important for them. They will gain some power rankings based upon such a strong ranking that Pioneer Valley has. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it shakes out as we get through the rest of this week here.
Got a pinch hitter here. This is Hector Gomez. Batting in Ben Werner's spot. Our first look at Hector. Namesake of a Yankee great from about 60 years ago. Little bonus trivia.
He's up there with a big moment here. Top of the 5th. Oh, excuse me, bottom of the 5th.
Bottom of the 5th.
Soldo's get him that. Haven't seen you yet today. He's really dancing around him here.
Counts 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. 3-2 Panthers on top. Fouled out of play. Count goes full.
Hector's got a nice swing. He looks like if he makes contact with that ball, it's gonna find a gap in there. He's got a nice compact swing. Quick to turn those hips, get those hands around. See what we can do with this full count pitch here.
Just got a little behind that one. But I think you're absolutely right, Coach, that he's seen, 6 pitches now. He's getting his timing down, and I think he's going to be ready for something good here. Showed a good eye. Took that one for ball 4. Got to have plenty of patience to look at the one that's close. Look at one that is close like that. Yeah, we got another pinch hitter here. This is Noah Gamache. First look at Noah.
Looks like we have a little action over in the Pioneer Valley bullpen.
Just outside, 2-0. We do have a little bit of warm-up activity going on. I can't tell from here who that is on the warm-up mound. Count goes to 3-0. Salda takes a moment to reset. Had the green light on 3-0. Swing on one just outside. Counts 3-1. Not exhibiting the same patience that previous batter did. And Salda works the count full. Strike 3 swinging. That's going to